Hello everyone, welcome to another ASE Labs video review. I'm Aaron Schatz, Editor-in-Chief of ASE Publishing. Today we'll be looking at the Western Digital TV Live Hub. This is review ID 15066. You can check out this and all our other reviews by going to www.ASELabs.com. Please be sure to subscribe to our RSS feeds on ASE Labs and Hardware Logic, as well as our ASE Labs YouTube channel, which features content from both sites. And also leave us some feedback, we'd love to hear from you. So let's take a quick look around the exterior of the unit. In the front you have a USB 2.0 port right here, the power button right here. The top is a nice metallic look, and on the back here you have various other ports. You have the AC adapter port, optical audio, HDMI, another USB 2.0 port, an Ethernet port, and let's see here, composite and component. I know the specs doesn't say, but this actually has stereo connections, so nothing to worry about there. And unlike the Live Plus that we featured earlier, this has component cables and composite cables without using the crazy TRS, connector. So you can plug it directly in there, but most people are going to be using HDMI anyway, so it's got that. On the bottom here, you have 4 feet to hold the drive from sliding around, and some various, certifications and stuff. And you can see a fan slot here where there's a fan. I'm going to open up the unit and show you what's inside right now. So before I show you the Emoji interface, let me show you the inside of the TV Live Hub itself. As you can see, it's got a Western Digital Scorpio Blue hard drive, laptop size, serial ATA. It's got a Sigma CPU and 4 chips of 64 megabytes of RAM, and a Realtek gigabit network chip. Unfortunately, this is connected by the PCI bus, so that's not going to be really fast. And in testing, it maxed out at 10.5 megabytes per second, so it's not gigabit at all. But it's a little faster than fast Ethernet, but still, it's not the best. You can see it's basically a system on a little motherboard right here. And in fact, basically, this is a computer. And it runs Linux, I'm sure. It's got a little fan here. Unfortunately, this fan is probably the type that's going to start making noise, as soon as it starts failing. So that's just something to think about. It's too bad they couldn't get a passive design on this, but it should be fine if you just stick it in an entertainment console. You probably shouldn't hear it that much. So let's take a look at the Emoji interface now. Alright, so before I start with the Emoji interface, I forgot to show you the remote. And here it is. So let me just get up and show you it. Here you go. This is the Western Digital TV Live Hub remote. It is a pretty good remote, and it actually is pretty big too, considering the size of the TV Live Plus remote. It's got a lot more features. It's got a number pad here, and the remote actually feels a lot better in your hand. So with that taken care of, let's go check out the Emoji interface. Let's go into show you a little bit here. Now, if you remember the TV Live Plus, how utilitarian it was, this actually is a very nice interface. So if we go and scroll over, we'll go over to the setup first, as we normally do. Oh, by the way, when the unit is on, you can see an LED with the Western Digital logo lit up on it. You can actually disable that if you want. But anyway, let's go into setup. And let's go into the audio video out, and you can see that I have mine for 720p 60 Hz. Most of the content I have is streaming from Netflix, but if you want, you can set it to 1080p. There you go. I meant 720p, that's what it was set to. Yeah, I want to change. Great. Alright, so that works great. Widescreen is set. This is a widescreen 55-inch TV. And stereo sound, I don't have any other thing besides stereo, so let's go back. Network settings. And let's see here. Network setup. I have mine set for an automatic address, and then I change it to manual. So you can actually click automatic or just manual, and you can use the number keys to actually type in the IP address, which is good. So I have mine set to that IP address over there. Just set it to whatever you want, or automatic. I suggest you do set it to a manual IP because you can stream content from this, so it's easier to have it from a static IP address. So let's just check to see if everything works. Alright, everything works. Now, this can do wireless too, but you actually have to use your own wireless adapter. As long as it's supported on, Linux, it should work fine. So, plug it in and test it out. And then you can go on Western Digital's site to see what wireless adapters work. So, we can see that the DLNA media server is on, which basically means UPnP AV server. You can also have this as an iTunes server, but since I don't use an iPod or iTunes itself, I don't bother. And I put the network share server on, so basically this is accessible by Samba. And the work group I have is, mine. No proxy and some other stuff. You don't have to worry about that stuff. So let's go into the actual stuff now. Let's go into services. Now, on the TV Live Plus, this was all under the video section, but now they have online services tab. And in fact, if you go on the TV Live Plus, you'll have a firmware update that actually changes this to the services tab, so it's more like this. But it still has a really terrible interface. This is a really nice interface. Look how nice this looks. So let me just show you AccuWeather.com. And you can see here where I live that it's nice and clear and it's freezing, so that's good. And it has a nice little, few day planner and some other stuff. So it's a very nice little handy application. But the real thing that I really like is Netflix. So let's go into that. And Netflix will start up and you can see it's loading. And then my queue should come up, which I don't have that much stuff in it. I heard this movie was terrible, by the way. So let me just start a little bit of Battlestar Galactica. That episode, sure. And you can see that it's going to stream the content after it's retrieving all the stuff. It takes a little bit.
Previously on Battlestar Galactica.
Ooh.
Hairline fractures in all the beams. Her bones are rotten. There's something on the...
Alright, so basically you get it. Netflix streaming works really well on this. It's HD quality. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have a Blu-ray disc or even a DVD, it's going to look a lot better than this. But you know what? Streaming service, this is a great service. I love Netflix. I've never said anything bad about Netflix before. I mean, other than the available content, but they're getting a lot better than that. So I love Netflix. I make no qualms about that. I fully admit that I love Netflix. So if you see me extolling Netflix, it's because it's a really good service. But let's get out of here. You press the little home button. Does its thing, takes you back to the screen that you were just at. If you press home again, it should take you back to the menu. Great. So let's go into some videos. These are the stuff that was on here. I don't want to show you any of my content because it's like, my content. So let's see some 1080p footage. How about District 9? This is like, oh, I was already playing it, so let's just restart that. That's good that it actually can replay it from the spot that you stopped at. It's just a preview, by the way, so don't get your hopes up. Oh, by the way, this can do subtitles.
Nobody comes back late at night anymore. They've more security.
The video is good. You can't really see it on the camera because it's a camera shooting a TV screen, but it's very good quality, 1080p. So that's great. We don't need to see that anymore. Let me go into, you can do music, you can do photos, but other than that, it's pretty much the same as the Live Plus, except better. Because let me show you something. If I go into here, you can see all the files on the unit. But let me go up to select content source. Up there, you see that I was highlighting that thing? Now you have the choice. You can have the local storage, so you've got a 1 terabyte hard drive, right? But now I can go to a network share if I want. And you can see some network shares servers that I have on the network right here. So that's great. So let's see what's on the 210. Probably nothing. I don't think I have anything on there. Yep, sure. Well, let's see here. Okay, whoops, submit. It's got guest access, so it's great. Remember, whoops, there you go. One of the joys of doing a video review. Okay. Public, and I have only ISO files on there for Linux and some document stuff. So let's get out of there. We don't want to see that. Let's go back up to content source, and let's go to media server and see if there's anything on my Myth TV box. Videos, root, nothing in there. Wow, one of the real great joys about doing no media. Alright, so, but anyway, you can do UPnP AV streaming. Trust me, you can. And now it's compiling media library from something, but there's nothing in the file. So basically this does everything the Live Plus did, so it's that and more. It does it very well. Look at the Mochi interface, how nice it looks. If you wanted to actually set this up to have a different background theme, you could do that as well. So let me go to Appearance and go to Background, and let's just set it to this iceberg thing. That one. Great, look at that. Set as background, boom. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Now, that's what's the difference here. You're basically getting a much better interface plus the internal storage. So you can think of this as a 1 terabyte hard drive paired with a Live Plus, paired with this amazing looking user interface, and it works extremely well. One more thing I forgot to show you. How about the YouTube channel on here? So let's go into search, see about some stuff from ASE Labs. Of course, so let's just navigate over to the search history, click ASE Labs, and it should bring up stuff that, basically me. And there you go. So let's look at this one. Hello everyone, welcome to another ASE Labs video review. I'm Aaron Schatz, Editor-in-Chief of ASE Publishing. Today we'll be looking at... Alright, that's enough of that. I don't need to watch myself. Basically, that's what you got here. You got a great internet and local network device, and it can be the hub of your entertainment center, and that's pretty much what the target is. It's the Western Digital TV Live Hub. The Western Digital TV Live Hub is a great unit. It's basically the TV Live Plus plus a 1 terabyte hard drive, but it's actually more than that. The Mochi interface is bar none so much better than the TV Live Plus. Hands down, really. It's just a much better interface. In fact, you can actually consider this the hub of your digital entertainment system. So this could be the only device on your network that actually does everything. You can plug in USB, mass storage device, things like flash drives or hard drives. You can dump the content onto the internal drive itself and play everything you want. This can act as the center of your media streaming system, so you can actually put all the content on here, and if you have TV Live Pluses or other things, you can actually stream from this to them. So for $200, you basically get an all-in-one system, and it works very well. Western Digital made a very nice product in this. It's a worthy upgrade to the Live Plus. Now, if you already have a TV Live Plus or a similar unit that does something different, I don't suggest you buy this because this basically is that plus hard drive attached to it, and you can do that by just adding a hard drive, a USB hard drive onto that. So if you already have one, I suggest waiting another generation. But if you don't, and you need an all-in-one media player, the TV Live Hub is it. It's a great unit. ASE Labs would like to thank Western Digital for making this review possible. You can check out ASE Labs for links on where to purchase this product from various merchants. For ASE Labs, I'm Aaron Schatz. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to ASE Labs and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Any kind of feedback, constructive criticism, you want to make fun of me, you want to make fun of the sites. Don't make fun of the sites, but please leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.